Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you for tuning in to Baking Time, Episode 1, the podcast where we cook up what I think are some hot topics, whether it's sports, music, or whatever I want to talk about this week or that day or whenever I record this. So first, let's go in with MLB, with the Houston Astros winning their first ever organization World Series in Game 7 after they dominated the Dodgers 5-1. Honestly, I think that's huge for them as an organization, and franchise, because it's their first ever World Series, and it probably means a lot to those guys. We're then going to change sports and go into the NFL with a bunch of trades and some other news that has happened this week with the Panthers trading Kelvin Benjamin to the Bills for the 2018 third and 7th round picks. Honestly, I think that's great for the Bills because they're trying to rebuild even though they're 6-2. And since they traded Sammy Watkins at the beginning of the season, it will give Tyrod Taylor a target. But I think that it's still kind of iffy on the Panthers' part because they get rid of their star receiver and they just get 2 draft picks instead. So it's more of did they really need to trade him? Because I feel that they could still utilize him. The Dolphins also traded Jay Ajayi to the Eagles for a 4th round pick. The Eagles now with that trade have an abundance of running backs, and depending on the situations will depend on who goes in for those purposes. I feel like it could be a good or bad trade because the Dolphins, they have Kenyon Drake and Damian Williams, who have picked up the slack this year for the lack of Jay Ajayi, who hasn't seemed to do as much as he has in previous years, and who knows if he's going to be able to do that in Philadelphia. Just the other day, Andrew Luck was placed on the IR, so that means he's out for the rest of the season. So could that mean that the Colts season is in jeopardy, or will Jacoby Brissett or their other quarterback, who I don't remember his name off the top of my head, will they be able to pick up for the Colts and give them a good rest of the season? Going into the NBA, at the time that I have my notes written down, I really don't know how accurate this is because I wrote these down a couple days ago and I just haven't checked them since then. The Celtics are 6-2 even with the injury of Gordon Hayward, and they are still pushing forward as one of the best teams in the East. The Magic are 6-2 and they're overcoming the odds. And last season they finished 29-53 and were only 3-5 in their first 8 games. So this is a big improvement from what they had last season. The Cavs are 3-5, the 3-5, and they are failing to live up to this year's expectations. With them trading away Kyrie for Isaiah Thomas, it makes me think, was Kyrie one of the main keys to the Cavaliers' success? Because since they traded him, they haven't seemed to be doing too great. The Rockets are 6-3, which is a dominance of the early season. I mean, they always do pretty good every year. And could the LA Clippers be a contender for the ship this year? Because last time I checked the standings, they were really close to the top, or were at the top when I looked. All right, so now we are going to go into music that I think is actually kind of crazy. But Travis Scott is being sued by a fan who said that a concert injury paralyzed him. The man was reportedly pushed off a 3-story balcony and dragged on stage while he was, he had an injury, he was pushed off. But the guy's mom said that it was not Travis Scott's fault and that she doesn't know why her son's suing him. And a new rapper, or a new musician, if that's how you want to say, Lil Xan, is he the king of the underground rap scene? His new video, which I think is called Far, hit 1.1 million views in 2 days. I really don't know anyone else that would, anyone else besides people like Lil Pump, who's, I don't know, who can rack up those sort of numbers. I'm sure that whoever's listening to this is probably like not your type of music, but I don't know, I'll just figure out something for the next episode and work on everything. But anyways, thank you guys for listening to the weekly Baker Time episode 1. Hopefully you guys enjoyed, and I'll talk to you guys next time. Thanks.